Our Fitness On this Friday. I am here with our new friend Pat, and he is from Jacksonville Fitness Academy. And we were actually just talking before we came back to you guys, talking about how you guys have a really tailored experience that people can come when they visit your gym. Everything's based around personal training and customized to your goals and what you're working on. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is, obviously it's summer, we're wanting to target a few different areas. Pat, take us through what you're recommending for this summer.
Well, that question of targeted spot fat loss is funny because the answer, just like most things in fitness, is really annoying for most people, is that it depends.
Right.
It depends. People put on weight in certain areas based on their genetics, based on their lifestyle, and therefore they're going to lose weight quicker in certain areas than other areas based on those same factors. So is it possible to spot loss fat from a biological standpoint? No, absolutely not. You have to lose fat from the whole organism, the whole
myth busting.
The whole body. But with that note, like I said, the context, it depends. You can spot muscle growth. So if you went to the gym for the next 6 weeks and did nothing but bicep curls, what would grow?
My biceps.
Just your biceps. I mean, you'd probably get some hormonal benefits for the rest of your body, but your biceps will grow significantly. So if you combine those two factors, that kind of overall fat loss and spot muscle growth, spot training, whatever you want to call it, you can produce the appearance of spot fat loss. So again, the answer is very annoying and very complicated.
I was but also we want to talk about that it's just not burning fat, but also that energy component. So a lot of times we get really hooked on the fact that we want to get in a certain shape, or we want to look like somebody else. But at the end of the day, what is it that you guys focus on at your gym?
That whole individual factor. So the most important thing when it comes to changing your body, obviously you want to develop a good training routine, getting in the habit of showing up, being consistent with it more than anything else. You need to get in the habit of consistently showing up, and if you consistently show up, results are going to happen despite the plan. So you could have the perfect plan, but if you don't show up for it, nothing's going to happen. If you have a mediocre, decent plan and you show up every day, you're going to get results. And then around that, the lifestyle, the type of food that's convenient to you, the type of food that you digest well, that makes you feel good, not just physically, but you eat it and you feel like you can go afterwards. Not I need to sit down for a couple minutes. And then the sleep, the stress management, and all sorts of those boring things that we don't kind of think affect our body, but greatly affect our body almost more than anything you do in the gym.
And something that we were talking about, again, before we came back, is that you said you wanted your gym to almost be like a Starbucks. And I thought that was such an interesting thing to say, because it's a place that has a positive experience when we go. We like to go there. We like to show up and the same person take our order. So what is it about that familiar environment that you want to develop? I really feel like if you're almost more accountable if you take on personal training, because it's an investment.
Yes.
It's an investment of your time, but also somebody is standing there waiting on you to help you change your life. So you don't want to let that person down. I think that's a much more accountable way than just I'm going to go to the gym, but if I don't show up at a big gym later, no one's going to notice.
Yeah, there's a couple funny studies. I guess funny might not be the right word, but that most people, when they make a New Year's resolution, most people are gung-ho. Last 2 weeks of January, or last 2 weeks of December, this year I'm finally going to lose 20 pounds, whatever it may be. Most people quit that New Year's resolution. It's something like 97% by the first week in February, except the people who actually hired somebody to be accountable to, or made an appointment with a friend and paid for it. So if you have something on your calendar and something that kind of hurts, it hurts to lose money, it hurts to spend money on anything. But if you invest that money in yourself, you're going to want to show up. It's that natural psychological phenomenon. But that being said, that Starbucks third place part of the equation is you want to make a welcoming, not like a drill sergeant, you got to show up, but a place people want to show up, so that when they show up, they can perform at their best, the stresses of the world just go away. They can focus on what they need to do, and they can do it consistently because they don't hate you and they don't hate the place they have to go to work out. So it's a complicated situation, but we just want to make people comfortable so they can be consistent.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us those great tips and tricks. Make sure you check out Jacksonville Fitness Academy. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.